Well, good morning, everybody. Happy Sunday, the Sunday before Christmas. So, since I won't be back on probably until next Sunday, I'll just say Merry Christmas to everybody now. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, well, happy holidays to you. Or if you're in the United States, you get the day off, then kudos to you. So, anyways, moving on. Working on the scarf. Here's my latest update. So, we did all that, the first side. We did the ribbing in the back for the back of the neck so it's not so big and bulky and folded over. And this is how far I've gotten so far on the other side. Now I want to do 20 inches of this and then the scarf will be done and then bind off. So I am at, let's see, and there, I'm about 10.5, 10 3/4 of an inch, or 10 3/4. So what, about halfway done with this side. So I'm just going to keep knitting, and maybe next weekend I can do the bind off in front of you guys to watch. Again, I'm continuing to slip every row so it's a nice smooth edge. So it will look a little more finished when I'm done. And let's see. The next thing, well, I was working on my socks. Again, I was doing the sole of the sock a little different this time to see, because I wanted to see if it would make it more snug and also give more padding to the bottom of the sock. I've knitted the gusset and the heel flap. So now I just have the leg part, which I haven't decided how big I want to make it, how tall. I'm thinking rib, fold over, and then maybe a picot bind off, so it has like a little bit of a ruffle at the bottom when it folds over, is what I'm thinking of doing. So that's what I've got so far. So let's see if I can get this to lay right. So the side view of the sock. So that's what I got. That's how far I'm on in that. And then for the hoodie, I cast on last week, and then I need to, because I'm working on writing the pattern, I need to make some changes. I figured it out. I don't need to make increases obviously at the front and back loops, so that make one increase I am moving over to be more on this side. So it would be only on the sleeves, both stitch markers of the sleeves, so at the front and the back of it. So I would do one here, make one here and here, another set of make ones here and here, and then the same with this sleeve. So then you get the raglan diagonal look. Let's see if I can do it this way. Yeah, like that. I don't have a picture of a sweater handy. I do have a book that might have a picture of a sweater in it. Let's see. By the way, to make my pattern, I'm kind of using the information in this book. Knitting Sweaters from the Top Down by Kathy Karen. So that's where I'm writing my pattern from. And let's see. I wonder if they got a diagram in here so I can describe it. Otherwise, I'll try to draw it. Oh, you know what? I think I have it drawn in my craft planner page. Let's see. My planner, that's my crafting craft page. Here we go. Here we go. Let me see if you can get this in here. So there's the sweater. So the increases that I'm working on are an increase on each side of this line. So it does the diagonal increase there for the raglan sweater. So, and then there's the hood part. So let's see. An increase. Let me get this straight. I'm working magic loop because it's narrow right here. I get this organized so I can see where I'm at. There we go. I think that's better. There. That's good. So that's there. Move this one to be the next needle worked on. And just knit till I get to the stitch marker. One before the stitch marker. So I'm just going to knit till I get to the stitch marker. So when I get to the stitch marker, I'm going to do a make one. Now the way I'm going to do it is I'm going to knit in the back loop of that stitch. So knit back loop, then front loop. So knit in the back loop. Leave that on there, and then knit like you normally would in the front loop, and then you could take it off, and that's a make one. Slip the marker and then knit to the next marker, and then again knit in the back loop, keep that stitch on there. I like to hold this one so it doesn't come off when I get close to doing this one. And then knit like you normally would, wrap around, pull through, and then just continue knitting all the way around till you get to the next stitch markers for the sleeves. Probably really don't need the stitch markers for the front and back, but I'm going to leave them in there for now in case with the magic loop somehow the stitches get pushed together. Probably won't be on long today unless someone hops on and starts talking to me, chatting with me, so I can get some stuff done for Christmas. But if someone comes on and we start talking, then, well, you know, time happens. So just keep knitting. Okay, so that's that side. Now with Magic Loop, you get the other side ready to go. And then you pull this through so you can work with the needle. And continue knitting. Now I got 2 more times that I could show you to do the increase. Now I'm doing the increase this way because that's how that book described it, and like I said, that's how I'm designing this sweater, was designed from that book, using it. So that's why I'm using this. There's many different ways that you can do an increase. There's no particular way that's better than another for this, as far as I know. If I find out a different way, then I might change the pattern. Who knows? But right now, this is the way I'm doing it. I know there's the make one slant, which slants to the left, and one that slants to the right. I could probably do that and do a stitch in between them, so it kind of makes it more fancy going up the side. But I'm not trying to make it fancy. I'm just kind of making the increases. So again, in through the back of the loop, pull through, but leave that on, and then knit like you would normal, and there you go. We're going to knit to this other stitch marker. And I did order another webcam, so hopefully that one will work. Where the other one didn't, I had to return it. So it gets a better, clearer image. So again, knit in the back, and then knit in the front, and there you go. And I'm coming up to the end of this round, and I just thought of something. I was supposed to do a make one on each side of that stitch marker. Oops, I'm gonna have to undo. Yeah, yep, I'm gonna have to undo. So I'm gonna tink back, because it's a lot easier than starting the whole thing over. So to undo a knit stitch, see there's a hole there, you go into that stitch and it pulls it off. Just basically unknitting. And I gotta go back to this one. Wonderful. See? Everybody makes mistakes. Nobody's perfect. And like I always like to say, I'm not saying that I'm anywhere near a master knitter, but no one is an expert on anything because there's always something to learn. Always. And I like to learn something new each day. Doesn't matter what it is. Just keeps life interesting. There's always something to learn. Whether it means you learn a new piece of information, learn a new stitch in knitting, or just, I don't know, learn something new about somebody you know. Find out something about them. Ask them if you're curious. Alright, now to undo this, let's see. And then there we go. I'll do that again, see if I can get it better in the camera, if you're wanting to see that. Okay, so let's see. Since I did knit last, I'm going to unknit that one, and then this is just from the back, so there you go. Just a little bit more. Okay. Okay. Alright, a little bit more to get to the other side, to this stitch here. To this stitch right here. That's where I'm going back to. Because that would be the next increase, because you do doubled increases. Okay. Okay. Oh, this is that one. Okay. So it was knit. There we go. All right, this stitch here needs to be worked as an increase. Okay. So back of the stitch and the front of the stitch, and then take it off, and then knit, back of the stitch, front of the stitch, slip the marker, do it again, back of the stitch, front of the stitch, and go again. Okay. Next set of stitches to complete the round. Okay, one before the marker, back of the stitch, and then front of the stitch. Slip the marker, back of the stitch, front of the stitch, to the next marker, there we go, back of the stitch, front of the stitch, and back of the stitch, front, and knit to the end. That one round is done. There we go. Oh, I think I got twisted. I'll go one more round and see how it turns out. Let's see. So you do the increase round and then you knit, and then you repeat that for the size I'm doing 39 more times and end up with the 410 stitches. So I'm just going to keep doing that during the week, and we'll see how far I get between now and next Sunday. What else? I think that's it. That's all I'm working on right now. I guess I will chat with you guys later. No one else is on at the moment, so I will continue and hopefully see somebody on next weekend. And I will be back on Sunday. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays. See you next Sunday.